Joining me this morning here at 1045theteam.com is Nisky boys lacrosse coach Mike Vorgang. Coach, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Excellent. You guys get set to take on Syosset today in the Class A state semifinal, 5:30 p.m. start at Middletown High School. What's the vibe around the team right now?
I think they're feeling pretty good. They're ready to go. You know, the game plan's in, so now we just need to go out there and execute it. So we're ready to get after it a little bit, I think.
You're looking for your first state title. Obviously, to get back to the state title game where you've been before, you've got to win tonight against Syosset. What do you have to do? What have you outlined in practice? What are the keys to tonight's game?
I think it's going to be super important that our goalie play is great today. Nick Tess is a senior goalie, 2-year starter, headed to Villanova next year. He's going to have to be great. He's going to have to make the average save, but then also be able to get 2 or 3 ones that maybe he shouldn't get. And also the face-off is going to be super important. Dylan Panelone's been great all year, but he's going against a tough kid. So he's going to have to be better than 50%. And other than that, we need to execute. We just can't turn the ball over. And if we do, we need to get it up off the ground and get it back in our possession.
You guys really do a good job of challenging yourself in the regular season outside of your Section 2 schedule. But I know when you get into these state playoffs and you see teams from the island, it's a different brand of lacrosse, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in my opinion, it's the best lacrosse being played in the country. They have 5 or 6 teams every year in all classifications that are as good as anybody else that I've seen on film or in person. So, it's always a tough chore, but it's a step moving forward. If we can get by this one, then it's a step moving in the right direction.
Coach, as I alluded to, you're looking for your first state title. You've been the only head coach in Nisky boys lacrosse history. Now, I've coached college baseball for 3 years. I'm a recruiting nerd. I'm fascinated with how you build up a program. How did you take this program from nothing when you started it to where it is now?
I think it was a lot of good people. The community is great. There's a lot of support within our community. Our youth programs are strong. But I think primarily it's the coaches. I mean, we have a JV, a modified coach, and 2 varsity coaches that have been with us now since 2004. So the consistency is a pretty good thing. Our modified team hasn't lost in 10 years. Our JV team averages averages less than 1 loss a year. So those things provide great opportunity for kids to see if they really enjoy the game of lacrosse, and if they do, they can put their, they can really work hard to get where they want to go in the game.
When you talk about your program, the players that have come through it, throughout even just the last few years recently, we talk about Luke Goldstock, who we talked to earlier this season, was on the Touraton watch list at North Carolina. You've got players at Virginia. You've got guys at Hartford. You've got guys on this year's team, and Aiden O'Brien going to UNC, and John Prendergast going to Duke. How cool is it? How important is it for your program, and how just awesome is it to see your players getting that recognition and going to these big time programs?
Yeah, I think my job is as a high school coach is to get them prepared to play at the next level if that's what they choose to do. So when our guys have the opportunity to go to the school of their choice, then I've done my job. Winning games is great, and sectional championships and state semifinals, but at the end of the day, it's about the student athlete. If you can get to a school like the University of North Carolina or Duke University and get an athletic scholarship and help your family out in that manner and get that education, then we're winning here at NSU.
Aiden O'Brien has been asked to try out for the U.S. Lacrosse Under-19 national team. He's one of only 108 players in the country to do so. How rare is that?
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly an honor for him to be able to represent his country and to try out, hopefully get on that team. And like you said, there's 108 people trying out with college freshmen, too. So under 19, if you're under 19 and you're a college freshman, whatever their date is of turning 19, then you can try out. So it's a tough chore because you're going against not only guys your age, but guys that have also been playing for a full year at the college level. So it's a great opportunity for him, and I know he'll go in there and he'll put his best foot forward, and he's a great player, and I wish him the best.
That tryout coming June 29th all the way up until July 1st, so a 3-day tryout. There will be a second round following the first tryout for Aiden O'Brien. Coach, like I said, you have been the only coach in Nisky You've seen lacrosse in this area grow at the high school level, at the college level. UAlbany has had a great run of success here in the last couple of years. The Thompson brothers helping put lacrosse on the map at the college level in this area. What has the explosion in the popularity of the sport been in your time at Nisky that you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, this is my 22nd year, and it keeps getting. Every year they say it's the fastest growing sport in the country, so it's still growing. I mean, I just think it's a great game. The excitement, it's fast paced. It's played generally, and except for this spring, in pretty good weather. So kids enjoy it. I mean, it's a great game. It's a great opportunity for kids that you don't necessarily have to be the biggest kid or the fastest kid or the strongest kid. But if you can find your niche in the game of lacrosse, you can be successful. And we've had plenty of those guys that have maybe not been the biggest, fastest, or strongest, but they were super skilled and they could do a couple things really well and go on to the next level. So it's a great opportunity for a kid that that just wants to improve and wants to get better and wants to play that sport in college. I mean, we can place 100% of our seniors in college in college sports. So. I'm not sure many other sports can say that. So that's another great thing about the game of lacrosse.
Nisky boys lacrosse coach Mike Vorgang with us here at 1045theteam.com. As his Silver Warriors get set to take on Syosset today in the Class A state semifinal, 5:30 p.m. at Middletown High School. Coach, good luck. We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you.